how the Nazis avoid or yeah.
Okay, this is another one from the blog website. Chris, will the conference pass any resolutions, and if so, will they seek a retraction from the Scottish Government that the 17% drop in heart attacks announced on 10th of September 2007 is false, or at least economical with the truth? It's still being quoted in the media.
Yeah, but I mean the topic of this magical disappearance of heart attacks due to smoking bans is a very important one indeed that we haven't talked about yet. So I would like you to comment on that subject.
I can't comment on what resolutions are going to be passed. Not my show. But with regards to it is something quite close to my heart because it's just unbelievable. It is just unbelievable.
Can I ask one thing? You're talking about 17% in Scotland?
Yes.
Okay, 1 year after we have 17% in France.
Oh, really?
5.2 million people against 60 million people, it's always 17%.
They use the same case from the ash to Europe. They don't even adapt the numbers, the features
to
each
the same numbers. But in Germany they don't dare to do so at the moment.
Oh, there'll be one. There is one. Everywhere they can find some statistics. They either find an isolated town, and then I'm sure they must go through dozens of records until they found one which has got a particular blip, and then they said, there we go, that's what they did with Helena. And really shame on the British Medical Journal printing that, because it makes them look stupid. And I honestly think in a few years' time people are going to look back on these and just go, what on earth was this about? Because this to me is the main point, right? It is mathematically impossible. It's not a matter of whether it's implausible or not, or how potent second-hand smokers are getting killed in half an hour. It's just mathematically impossible that a smoking ban can create 10, 20, 30, 40% drop in heart attacks. For the simple reason that nobody anywhere is claiming that active smoking causes so many heart attacks. I believe that the regular figure that is used is that smoking contributes towards 17% or causes 17% of all heart disease. And I appreciate heart attacks are slightly different to disease, but clearly there's quite a close correlation. I imagine their estimate for heart attacks is about the same. Now, if they're saying 17%, it's almost 17%. If they're saying 17% of heart attacks are caused by smoking, then we have to assume that no more than, 1% of that could be second-hand smoke, 2% could be second-hand smoke. Let's be generous and say 5% is second-hand smoke. So of all the 17% caused by smoking, 12% is active, 5% is second-hand smoke. Well, in that case, if you get rid of second-hand smoke exposure everywhere, in the workplace, in the office, in the pubs, in the restaurants, and at home, you could not mathematically get more than a 5% drop in heart attack rates. It's such a simple point, and I can't understand how journal after journal publish these articles saying, well, this one says 25% drop, this says 60% drop. It's just insane. It can't possibly happen. And sometimes such a simple piece of logic just destroys things so thoroughly that you can't understand how. It frustrates me, as you can tell. I just can't. I'm amazed.
Absolutely, and I want to put something on top of it. What's also has been striking you, I suppose, the latest and greatest spin-off of second-hand smoke, thirdhand smoke. Would you like to say a couple of sentences about that?
Thirdhand smoke, yes. Well, we all knew it was coming. Every now and again, the anti-smoking, the people on the real fringes, on the extremes of the anti-smoking movement, will test the water with something. And last year, John Banzhaf of Ash, America, he puts out press releases pretty much every week about anything he can think of. And he came up with one in the middle of last year, which showed a smoker almost like a dragon breathing air. Not smoke, just air. He'd been outside smoking and he's breathing and sort of killing his children with it. And I can't remember the wording of the press release, but the gist of it was, smoker's breath kills. And he put it out there, and nobody picked up when it's on. The media didn't bother with it, and he just dropped it. And that's what he does. He tries different things. If somebody's expressed an interest, if a couple of papers report it, then they maybe finance some studies and get some research out there, and suddenly the myth is born. He did that. It failed last year, and he's come back again. It's always the same guy. This guy called Matt Gayog, I believe, probably how it's pronounced, or George. He's kind of mad-looking San Diego professor of psychology, not a professor of medicine or anything, he's just a professor of psychology. And he's had this bee in his bonnet for a few years now about third-hand smoke. And he, a couple of years ago, the front page of the London Metro was all about it, saying even if you go to the bottom of your garden and smoke, you come back and it comes on your skin and your hair and what have you. And it was August, it was a silly season, so they published it, but it seems to have life. And it would do, because the Surgeon General, one of the greatest medical authorities in the world, is on the record as saying there's no safe level of exposure to second-hand smoke. And once you say something as insane as that, then you just let the maniacs run wild, and the slightest molecule of anything can kill you.